I agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I agree.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I might
This is always a
regret
good
what
way
I'm
to
about
start
to
a
say
story.
now, yeah. I agree, but...
Hello, welcome back to Live from 45. You're with me, Chris, James,
Hello.
and today's a little bit different. So we're not with normal Ricky, we're with scientist Ricky.
Wow.
Okay, he doesn't speak English.
Wow.
Ever the professional, though.
He's very, very clever, though. We promise.
He's wearing a lab coat. He's got glasses on. It's enough for our credentials.
And oh my god!
Hello,
So
everyone.
today we're going to be talking about Earth, or Ricky's going to be talking to us about Earth, hopefully in English.
That's why I'm the resident side.
Yeah. Let's do this, motherfuckers. Now, Ricky, I've been on this Earth for 20-something years now. I'm not going to give an exact amount there.
Mysterious.
But I still don't know how it formed. How did it all start? Where did it begin?
Right, so everyone just buckle in. There's going to be quite a bit of information
Getting
going on
comfy.
here. And if you feel aroused at times, that's completely natural. This happens.
I'm already aroused.
Okay, so the Earth formed about 4.56 billion years ago. And what there was there was a ball of gas and dust, and then suddenly a huge star close by exploded. It went supernova. This caused the gas and dust to implode on itself, and that started spinning around. Stuff started trying to get dragged together, getting bigger and bigger, and eventually anything that didn't form the sun went on to form the planets. The Earth was one of those planets that formed from it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it all happened pretty quickly then.
Over a matter of tens of millions of years, so pretty quickly.
So it all started with dust, gas forming into dust and gravity pulling it together.
Essentially, yes. So there was what we call an interstellar cloud that consists of gas and dust, and that's what imploded and formed.
So did it all slow down after that then?
Well, actually, before the Earth fully formed, it was what we call a protoplanet, which just means something that goes on to form a planet. And another protoplanet called Theia, which was about the size of Mars, collided with the Earth, exploded off all this material, and that material went on to form the moon. Okay. So the moon actually came from the Earth, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
So two planets banged each other, and the Earth was the moon. The moon was
It blew it
born.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Blew it off, and the ejaculate was the moon. I know where you guys will go with this.
Yeah.
How do we know?
How do we know that the
that
moon
it
came from the Earth?
Yeah.
Okay, so
How do we know things?
just things in general. So we know
Google.
that the moon came from the Earth. It's theorized because we found that meteorites and the samples that the Apollo missions took have the same material that is on the surface of the Earth. Okay. So that the moon basically seems to be made of the same stuff that the Earth is made from. So it implies that it came from the Earth. And that doesn't happen with any other planets we see in our solar system.
Okay.
So that's why we know it's not just
Yeah.
that happens everywhere. It must have just been this one case.
That is amazing.
It's pretty incredible, yeah. And I'm actually quite lucky because I get to work with a lot of these meteorites because I volunteer at the Manchester Museum.
You say them as though they're like volunteers as well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
It's a great working relationship.
Yeah.
We respect each other.
The thing is, the Apollo mission samples, they are right bitches. They do that. They do that thing.
They're divas.
Yeah, they are real divas. They do that thing where they're like, "Oh, I only want blue M&Ms in my little dressing room and all stuff like
On
that."
their rider.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
select rider.
Yeah.
I wanted sparkling water, not still.
And next on stage, it is Apollo Sample 17. Woo! Get your tits out.
Now it's a strip club.
Yeah.
You could say they like to get their rocks off.
Yeah. Ooh.
This is why I don't want to do this podcast anymore. So yeah, I get to show all these samples to people, and it's really great. It's great fun. I'm really lucky. I get to see pieces of the moon, Mars, all on the same day. You know, it's crazy. But at the same time, we do get a lot of weird questions that we get asked by people of the public.
Okay.
Like, for instance, I didn't realize this was still a thing, but I was recently showing the Apollo samples to this lady and her child. And after I did this description of where they were from, how amazing it was that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin actually picked these things up and brought them back with us, she was just stopped and she goes, yeah, but wasn't the moon landing fake?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
What did you say?
She waited for the whole spiel.
Yeah, she
And
waited
then-
for me to say all the spiel. I'm talking a
Yeah.
good 15 minutes of talking, smiling at me throughout, and then at the
Yeah.
end just goes, yeah, but none of it's real.
Maybe
basically.
maybe she just thought you were a drama student or something.
or you thought she was really into you because she was smiling. And she was just waiting to cut you down.
Well, actually, everyone's into me, so that's guaranteed. That's a-
Wait, so what did you say to her?
well, I was just, you have to be polite, you know, I was in
you
the...
Do you
crazy
though?
bitch.
So I just
Do you?
I backhanded her and then said, yeah, you're entitled to your own opinion.
It's like, I don't feel bad for a daughter.
Yeah, that's the thing that pisses me off is when they teach their kids wrong things, basically. But yeah, I didn't even understand that was still a thing anymore. The conspiracy theory about the Apollo landings.
Yeah, no, it's like mad.
So what do they think happened in detail? Like, what's the alternative to that?
Well, it's more the fact that maybe we have been to the moon, but the original like Apollo 11.
Yeah, Apollo 11.
Apollo 11 didn't get there when it said it did because of all like the whole space race thing with Russia in like late 1960s. I think it's 69. Great number.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
God.
do.
We keep it classy here.
Actually, I'm sure it is 1969. And yeah, they just think that because obviously the Cold War, there was this big race so that America could be triumphant. They think that it was faked. It's actually a really good story that people think that not only was it faked, it was sponsored and recorded by Walt Disney. The script was written by Arthur C. Clarke, who's a well-known sci-fi writer, and was directed by the one and only Stanley Kubrick.
Oh my God!
my goodness.
I really want to see this film.
I would love to. Yeah.
I want to
Starring
see this.
Mickey Mouse.
The reason why it can't be real is because it's incredibly boring. The actual moon landing. There's nothing exciting happens. There's nothing big.
I want to see the
Yeah,
plot
The
twist.
worst part about it is that it was whitewashed as well. All the main cast were white people.
I mean, I was confused as why you can hear Goofy at one point, but now it makes sense.
I think Jackie Chan should have starred as the main character.
Apollo 11, starring Matt Damon.
And Samuel L. Jackson. That would have been better. I've had it with these motherfucking Apollo missions.
On this motherfucking moon.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it seems like conspiracy theories are becoming more prominent at the moment, and I don't understand why. I imagine it's probably
Yeah.
social media or something. It
Because
spreads quicker that
There's
way. But
more access to information, so you think they're becoming less prominent. 'cause
Exactly.
there's evidence to prove that they're not.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's also more like ways people can interact now. So
Yeah.
people can put up their opinions, and I think people seem to be let everyone have their opinion. Let
Yeah.
everyone share their views. No, they're wrong. Some people are wrong.
Political correctness
Yeah.
gone mad, if you ask me.
But I think it's fine. And it weirdly does seem some of these, like the flat Earth theory,
Yeah.
I was
Sorry,
briefly
what's-
explain.
Yeah, go on.
Is basically the fact that the Earth is not a sphere. Sorry,
Yeah,
sphere.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a sphere. The
It's
Earth
neither
is
of
flat.
those two. yeah.
That the Earth is flat,
Yeah.
and apparently people can prove this.
So wait, people still think this?
Yeah,
That the
Why?
Earth is flat.
because
What? Like what? Why?
Because didn't what's his face? The guy on the boat. What's his name? Not Noah. The-
Columbus.
Christopher
yeah,
Columbus.
Christopher Columbus. That's
Yeah.
his name. Yeah. Didn't he prove that the Earth was round?
Do you know the
I
funny
thought he
thing
sailed
about-
off the edge of the earth.
he died.
Do you know the funny thing about Columbus? Didn't he try and prove the Earth was flat?
Yeah.
But by doing so, proved it was round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That
Which
is
is
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it is very silly, and I think it's become very prominent again with there's the rapper B.O.B. I'm going to use the term rapper very
Yeah.
loosely.
Yeah.
Who had a song, I think it's called Flatliner, if I'm correct, and he basically references the Earth is flat.
Flat, okay.
Had this whole Twitter spiel about it. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson got involved.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I hope he took him down.
Yeah, well, he just basically went, oh, you're an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
and
And that's all he said.
pretty much.
That's enough from him.
Didn't
Like-
reference anything he said. He said you're an idiot. Yeah.
Drop the mic, walked off.
Yeah.
But I think Neil deGrasse Tyson's nephew is a rapper. Again, I'm using like
No
quotes,
way.
Yeah.
Is a rapper, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson performed on this track dissing B.O.B. It's
Oh
very,
my
very
No,
good.
why haven't I not
very
heard about
21st
this? Yeah.
century.
This episode is sponsored by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
And B.O.B. I want to reignite the war. I wanna-
We're getting some great sponsorship.
Add some great
God.
materials, please.
It
Do
also
part two.
sponsored and sued by both of them.
It's fine. They're just taking the money off us that they sponsored us with. Yeah.
We still win any publicity.
Yeah.
So it is very silly. So what I was going to say is that I think in the age of a lot of right wing like media starting to be quite prevalent,
Yeah.
I think maybe that's something to do with why people are starting to accept these ideologies a bit more. With
So-
this whole alt facts.
Yeah. Well, I can understand the flat Earth one. Why people might start to think that that's true, and the reason that I can see that is if you're not intelligence the wrong word, but if you're not very scientifically in the know-how and you
mentally
can't
sound.
or mentally sound, you might think that living on a flat planet makes more sense. Why do we not fall off? Oh, because it's flat. You know, if you don't understand what gravity is and
Yeah.
things like that, but it still doesn't make sense because B.O.B. tweeted the message, you know. How does he think that satellites work and things like that?
What about the moon? You can see the moon. Is that just flat? A flat plate
Yeah, is-
floating in the sky?
Is the Earth the only thing that is
Yeah.
flat then? Are all other planets spheres and the
Yeah,
Earth
actually,
is
yeah.
flat?
I think part of it as well is to do with kind of like an anti-government idea. The idea that the government are hiding things from us.
Yeah, people seem to love that shit.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that is the basis of most conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
is that the government are
I
doing
think the
it.
government probably do hide things from us, but the
Yeah.
fact that the Earth is flat
Yeah.
isn't one.
But what I will say is I think that some people do struggle in the world to make
Yeah.
sense of things.
Yeah.
And for them, the flat earth theory is a way of realizing their own like reality of their own universe, which for them maybe helps them. I don't, however, think that it's sound that we think this is okay
To spread this information
Yeah.
and not say it's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's kind of, and now when we've gone, everyone has an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's dangerous to have these kind of views sometimes. When do you stop?
Where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because do you say, oh, it's not hurting anyone, so it's fine, but it is hurting them if it's diminishing their intelligence.
And
It is.
also, when you criticize these people, you then get called like an aggressor, or
Yeah.
you're being different. Why do you have to stop
Well, yeah,
them having their fun? It's not fun.
If you're someone who believes in the mainstream thing, then if you question someone who doesn't believe in the mainstream, it's as though you're attacking them. Exactly.
Yeah, but if you're right and you've got evidence to prove you're right,
Exactly.
then surely
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's just there. It's the evidence.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. People, when you see these videos, they'll be going, "No, but actually, I've seen this. Like, this is a reason why
Yeah.
it looks like this." And another issue with this is that then people will comment saying, "Yeah, no, I've noticed this," and
Yeah.
someone will go, "No, it's not. Like this is actually the science from it." And some people might look at that and agree, but then other people might just go, "Oh, no, do you know what I mean?" It's just
So a prime example, sorry, Chris, is a B.O.B. tweeted out an image of some city, and he said in the image you should be able to see so many things if the Earth was a sphere, and he goes, I can't see those things, and here the equation here shows that the Earth must be flat, and he used an equation. So if you're not into science, you might go, oh look, that equation does prove it. He used a completely irrelevant equation. It was like me going to you, oh look, I can travel at the speed of light, and then using something to do with volts or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just an irrelevant equation to confuse you, basically.
So in a way, it's kind of people's ignorance from their point of view, almost like
Yeah.
they're refusing to accept it.
Well, I'm not saying
Or-
B.O.B. is manipulating people
Yeah.
into believing this. I think he's just ignorant as well.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
But it's just dangerous that people can look online and maybe not have all the facts and just take B.O.B. for like face value.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But people might do it the other way around. People might listen to our podcast and go, oh, everything they're saying is correct, even though at the end of the day, we might not know everything.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought 90% of our audience were flat Earth theorists.
Yeah.
So,
Oh mate, we
pissed
lost
off.
a lot of fans.
Yeah.
We've definitely lost both our sponsorships. And we lost a lot of fans. You probably are a flat Earth theorist if you're stupid enough to listen to this shit.
I really like it when we offend everyone at home.
So you said that you can kind of almost understand the flat Earth theory.
Yeah.
Well, I've got another one for you.
Go for it.
My favourite is the hollow Earth theory.
Okay.
Wow, so we're going inside the Earth.
Oh yeah, boy, we've been outside. Now
Yeah.
we're going in.
I'm afraid I'm very ignorant to the hollow Earth
Yeah.
theory. So
Same.
please do indulge us.
Well, I hope you've got those socks on 'cause I'm about to blow those fuckers out. So the hollow Earth theory
You
is
stupid motherfucker.
is that basically the Earth is hollow. Boom. My job.
Okay, okay. All right. So what's inside?
Good question. Some little goodies, chocolates. No, inside the Earth is meant to be these kind of like tribes.
So there's
like-
people living inside the Earth.
Yeah,
What?
there's different theories.
Okay,
There's
how
like
do you
the-
get inside?
Well, let me.
All right,
finish,
sorry.
let me
So many
finish.
questions.
So basically, the idea is that the Earth is hollow,
Yeah.
and that inside the Earth, I think some people say there's different layers. Obviously, there's a lot of different theories to this one theory, but some is there's different layers. One is that there's like Aboriginal tribes and stuff living in there.
They've developed the technology.
Yeah. Or like pro-borders.
But still hunt
on
with
the
sticks and
surface,
spears.
on the surface, it's all a ruse. Let's all act like we haven't got technology. But we're at the same-
It's really where they come to shit. And then go back down.
yeah, everyone put your leaves on. Remember, we need to get through the shit.
Well, like primordial tribes and stuff, but there's also like dinosaurs living in there.
Oh.
So wait, dinosaurs live on the center of the
Like
Earth.
with these Aborigine people.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, they all
Just
get
chilling.
along. They're all best friends.
Live in harmony.
Yeah.
Where do you think they filmed Jurassic Park, Chris? It's a
That's
factual
true.
film.
I thought they filmed it.
Sometimes you
But,
say
you know.
stupid shit,
Yeah.
Chris.
So yeah, there's a lot of things like books based on it, like Journey to the Centre of the Earth.
Yeah.
There's a book and series called The Lost World. All these kind of things explore this theory, and the entrance points, as you have asked,
Ooh.
Yeah.
is I think one is at the North Pole and one's at the South Pole.
That just seems like a cop out.
It does.
Like,
I thought
there's
there was
definitely
three
more than
entry
two
points.
holes. We both
Well,
made the same joke at the same time.
time.
Some people think that a couple of subs have got in there every now and then, submarines and things. There is actually a guy that I think he was traveling in his car,
Yeah.
and then he like hit something. His car like rolled over a few
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
and then fell down this crevasse.
Yeah.
And when it hit the bottom of this cave, it was like crushed, and he was like spared within like an inch of his life.
Okay.
Did a little T-Rex pop out and go, hey,
Hey, I'm gonna help you out, boy.
but don't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't tell anyone I'm down here, boy.
My name's Derek.
Yeah, I'm hiding. I've been hiding here for millions of years, boy.
And
Sorry, carry on. It's just imagining that.
And what happened is, he said when he was down there
Yeah.
chilling, waiting for someone to come rescue him, that a bright light like just hit him
Yeah.
and blinded him, but imbued him with all the knowledge of all the things that have been forgotten.
Ah.
And so when somebody asked him, "How do you know these? How do you know that there's hollow Earth?" He goes, "Because I know things. Because I
That's fair
do."
enough.
That's
Right.
basically. So
That's
yeah.
quite intelligent.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah. How do you know that? Because I do.
He sounds like I'm down. for the
Like,
follower.
there's no plot holes in that whatsoever.
There is
No,
not.
I
Like,
can't.
so
yeah.
to speak.
Yeah.
But apparently he went to go find the entrance hole
Yeah.
and then disappeared.
Ooh, I've done that before.
Uh,
Taken a girl to my room, tried to find the entrance hole,
Oh,
and it
God.
disappeared for hours. I'm joking. It's been like 3 minutes.
so Ricky, this is one for you. If the hollow Earth theory is true,
Yeah.
and you manage to get inside the Earth through the entrance hole,
Sorry.
whoa, yeah.
Chris is doing a weird fingering
Sorry,
motion right
sorry.
now. Very
Oh, no.
aggressive as well.
yeah, well, that was actually true. So you managed to get in the entrance holes,
Yeah.
and what happens to gravity? Wouldn't gravity pull you towards the center of the Earth? And
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, it does. I don't know what would
Stop
happen.
trying to bring logic into
Yeah.
this theory,
Sorry.
Chris.
God,
it doesn't
Chris.
belong there.
I'm such a dick.
You know what? You're a party pooper. If I ever get invited to go to the center of the earth, I'm not bringing you with me.
You do get a little scroll. That's
Yeah, you
usually-
do. Yeah, and you can. And it says, "How do you know everything?" Because I know things. But yeah, isn't there something to do with lizard men in that as well, or something along those lines?
So I'm not sure if there's like lizard men in the center of the earth,
Yeah.
but there is a conspiracy theory involving lizard men.
What's that?
So if they don't live just in the center of the earth, I think they are around just chilling with the dinosaurs and the Aboriginal tribes.
Yeah.
And there's a guy from Coventry, where I hail from, where obviously we only have the most intelligent people, and of the most sound of minds. And he used to be, I think, a footballer, and then a commentator.
So once again, intelligent guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This just seems to be a pattern, by the way, of people that used to have really public jobs and then have now decided that they're going to.
It's really strange that you never hear of academics becoming.
So this guy from Coventry basically has now let everyone realise that the world is run by lizard people.
Okay.
And how has he done that?
Because he knows that people like the Queen and various presidents are actually lizard people with human masks on.
Okay.
Right.
So wait, so these lizard people like super intelligent,
Yeah.
and that's how. So why do they need to become humans
Yeah.
in order to do
Surely
things?
you just walk around as a lizard.
Yeah,
man and
if
be
you were
like,
more intelligent than
"Fuck
everyone
you
else,
guys.
why wouldn't you just kill all the
You
humans?
cut my
and
tail
have-
off, I'll grow it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they've just got a thing for people.
Maybe. Why would you be the Queen? She does fuck all. You might as well be like.
Again, I'm from
I feel
Coventry.
like
I
we're-
didn't come up
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
we're like, James, you
We're attacking
idiot.
James, yeah. By the way, James believes in all of these conspiracy
Yeah.
theories. He thinks it's flat, but at the same time hollow.
There's just a hole right in the centre. Yeah. It's like a big polo. That's what I view the earth.
James, are you a lizard man?
The thing is, though, you were saying about the hollow Earth and that the entry points are the North and South Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Because of Earth's magnetic field, there is actually holes in the ozone at both those places because particles can get through from the sun. So the sun's radiation can get in there because normally magnetic field stops things from getting in.
Yeah.
But because there's holes at those 2 points, there's no magnetic field. So the atmosphere gets lost at those
So
2
the
points.
dinosaurs.
Why are
That
the
is
holes
why-
there?
So they live in the part with the most radiation as well.
Ah.
It makes the most sense.
Maybe that's where we've been going wrong. We're not living there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to
Get radiated.
get more radiation poisoning to reach enlightenment.
I've just got an email that says, "Come join us. Radiation is fun." So
There you go. There you go, guys. James just showing off that he receives emails there.
Yeah.
I actually pressed my laptop then as I said that, even though no one would ever know. We're talking about conspiracy theories and how the Earth was formed. But are there any ideas of how the Earth will die, Ricky?
This is a very good question indeed. So that's my resident
Yeah, what do you
scientist.
do?
voice.
I like it when you go in and out of your residence.
Scientist. I think it started off as
It's getting better.
It's evolving.
it's evolved since
You've
then.
been
I've
spending
been
too much time with the dinosaurs.
I
been
think
told
you've
to listen,
evolved
man.
since then, Ricky.
So there's a couple of theories on how the Earth will be destroyed, and the first one is: have you guys ever heard of a galaxy called the Andromeda Galaxy?
I have.
I'm aware of it.
You guys are A-star students so far.
Thank you.
So the Andromeda Galaxy is the closest one to us, and through a thing called redshift and blueshift, we can see how things are moving in the universe in reference to ourselves. So what we do is we look at the light from a planet that is millions of light years away, and if the light is stretched, it becomes red, and that means it's moving away from us. If it becomes blue, then that means it's coming towards us. We looked at Andromeda Galaxy, and the light's blue, so that means it's coming towards us, and eventually it's theorized that eventually it might collide with our galaxy, the Milky Way.
What will happen then?
It's hard to say because obviously galaxies are made up vastly of empty space. So the Andromeda might be 99% nothingness and 1% material, and the same for the Milky Way. So we might pass completely through one another. At the same time, things might collide. Yeah. So the Earth might collide with some material from Andromeda, or if not, the material in Andromeda might affect the way the gravity in our solar system works, and that could cause the Earth to be destroyed.
And that's how it's all going to end.
Possibly.
See, I
What
hope,
about us?
I hope that Andromeda is full of lizard people and dinosaurs.
Yeah,
That's
well, they would get along with the Queen and them.
Yeah,
she would invite them over for a cup of tea.
Because he's land on Earth and the Queen's like, finally, takes it off. Hey guys.
You guys are taking your fucking time.
This bitch is getting old.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, they could probably turn from different ones. But the second theory, which is probably more plausible and would happen before anyway, is the sun would become a red giant. So what happens is at the moment the sun is burning hydrogen, the hydrogen turns into helium, and that eventually works up so you get carbon. So any carbon, so like the carbon that's in us, we're carbon-based life forms, have come from a star that has burnt up all the way to carbon, and then it becomes a red giant. And when it becomes a red giant, it expands. So as that happens, which would probably happen in about 4 billion years from now, it would engulf our planet and therefore destroy it. But before that point anyway, probably about 1 billion years away from now, the oceans would become so hot that they start to boil. We wouldn't have to worry about
why
it
you gotta
anyway.
do this like that, son?
I feel like we've got enough time then.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I
Time
quite
flies.
like those odds. We're not going to experience this.
I mean, I've looked at our Live for 45 to-do list, and there's at least 3 things on there. So,
And one is not to boil as well.
oh shit! Yeah, so
Quite high up there.
that's going to be crossed off already. But yeah, so what happens is this: the star becomes huge. It becomes this gas giant, and then eventually it becomes so big it can't hold on to the material on the outside. The gravity's not high enough, so that just starts to dissipate, and the star becomes a white dwarf, and that's the core of the star. Which is left.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Wow. So
pretty cool.
Everything's going to end one day.
But yeah, that's all we can conclude. Everything.
And that's all we have to.
But we'll be long gone. Like as in a species, not just us, but like
Yeah, we would be long gone by that point.
So do you think mankind will die before then?
I think theories based around it say yes.
Or should
we will.
we ask how?
How?
Okay, so how we would die is a different question. I guess there's 2 real plausible things. The first one is, like the dinosaurs, a giant asteroid would hit our planet and it would kill us all. And the way it would do that, it's not an initial impact. Like, I know a lot of like the programs seem to show that the dinosaurs are stood there,
All looking up at the sky.
Yeah.
Just like, surely one would just go, "Oh, Greg, should we just two steps over? No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine."
Barry, we'll be fine. I got the conservatory done recently, Barry, and I'm not moving out from the conservatory because of
Although
this.
I think Barry is secretly living in the Hollow Earth, so
Exactly.
he
Well,
made it look
that's a good
risky.
point. Maybe the asteroid hit and then they all just went inside.
Maybe.
Because a lot of the dinosaurs, because they were cold-blooded, were living in the fucking poles, weren't they, where the entrance points are? Because that's where you find
like-
most
The
reptiles.
Hollow Earth was like a club you can't get into, and then suddenly the asteroid knocked the doors open.
That's
straight in.
fucking hilarious. Imagine you went there and you found the entrance, and then the guy was just like, "No, you're not on the list, mate."
There's the-
No, you're not on the
I
list.
feel like you guys are making your own conspiracy theory. Brand new.
We actually made up all of the ones we've talked about today. But yeah, so a giant asteroid is the most likely cause of death to all humans. And it's not the initial impact that would kill everyone. That's a common misconception. What it really is you get an impact and that blows a load of material into the sky. And that's dust blocks out the sun.
Oh, shit.
So all your plants start to die. And as your plants die, it means anything that feeds on the plants starts to die. So say I'm a T-Rex, I don't give a fuck about the plants. I'm just going to eat a dinosaur that eats the plants.
Yeah.
But then if all the animals that eat the plants die, then I have nothing to feed on. So I die.
Food chain.
Yeah,
breaks.
exactly. It goes up and up until the top predators die out.
Yeah.
And that means that the scavengers, such as like little rats and stuff like that, would be able to live off the dead bodies. And thankfully, that's what happened with the dinosaurs. And I say thankfully because it means mammals flourished at that time, and it allowed for us to develop over millions of years.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah,
without
that's cool.
the asteroid, there'd be no us.
Well, theoretically, yeah, because there would be nothing to kill off the dinosaurs. I mean, even if there was another ice age, it wouldn't necessarily mean all the dinosaurs would die. So, yeah, it meant that the mammals could flourish during that period. Because before that, it was insects, then the reptiles, which were the dinosaurs, and then mammals, like it is today. Yeah,
So-
yeah, boy.
Yeah, no, like represent mammals. There's no way we could stop this asteroid.
Actually, we have the technology to stop an asteroid. And what we would do is we would build a spacecraft. I know it sounds like science fiction, but we totally have the technology
I've
to
seen
do
the
it.
film.
Well, building a spacecraft, the film.
Sorry, Rick here. Matt Damon.
Played by Matt Damon. Ricky Beer, played by Matt Damon. It would build a spacecraft, and what it would do is it would shoot a laser at the asteroid, and the laser wouldn't destroy the asteroid. What it would do, it would evaporate off all the water and ice that's on there. And what that would do is it would change the mass and therefore change the trajectory of the asteroid.
Oh, so it just miss?
Yeah, it would just miss us.
Yeah.
All we need to do is slightly change its trajectory, and it would miss us.
So I don't want to miss a thing here, but I feel like you've not explained this properly. I think what actually happens is we build a spacecraft, right?
Okay.
And you can't just send anyone up there into space. You need people that know how to deal with rocks. So you get some miners, right?
Right.
And you send them in.
I'm assuming you're not talking about children.
I'm assuming you are.
A bit of both. Sure, how to deal with rocks. So you get some miners in there, and they know how to deal with these things. So you send them up. One of them might happen to be Bruce Willis.
All right.
One might be Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Send them into space.
Because they've dealt with something like
Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
They argue with another guy. We can't remember his name. I think it's Steve Buscemi.
I have a spoiler alert coming along here.
And then I think Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck might die while Liv Tyler watches, and Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, plays in the background.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those of you unaware, that is the plot to the film Armageddon, one of the greatest films of the 1990s.
You just lost about 50 of our subscribers because they were like, I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to watch it, and he ruins it.
They're like, oh, should we put on Armageddon? Let's listen to the podcast
If it
first,
makes you
then we'll
all
watch
feel any
Armageddon.
better, they all survive.
That's bad. Yeah, because I saw Bruce Willis in something else.
Yeah.
He's definitely still alive.
It was a lizard man. It's all a lie.
Bruce Willis, played by Lizard Man.
Played by Matt Damon.
But unfortunately, nowadays it's more likely that we'd actually die off by a nuclear holocaust, really.
Which would kind of go the same way as the asteroid. It's not the initial explosion, it's the radiation.
Exactly, so the radiation fallout would kill off most people on the Earth. But then again, I don't think a nuclear holocaust could kill everyone unless Donald Trump wants to blow up Aborigine tribes and things like that. I'm not talking about the ones that live in the centre of the
I don't know.
Earth.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Coming over here, taking our jobs.
I don't know, I think the Aborigines got some pretty powerful weapons.
That's true, those sticks and the spears.
So let's say for 1 second that does happen, and the Earth is radiated, and these Aborigine tribes are there.
Yeah.
Like, would they take over, or would they just stay where they are?
I don't think they'd be fussed about taking over.
Yeah,
they'd
they've
just
not given a shit so far, have they really?
They wouldn't know. They probably wouldn't even know if there was anyone.
It'd be so fun,
That's
though.
a good point, yeah, because they don't have television.
Like, if you do eventually decide to move out of your little forest home, you don't have to invent the car or the mobile phone, because you'll just find someone's mobile phone lying around.
Well, they'd need some method of getting to those people.
Would this be more like Amazonian tribes rather than Aborigines? Because they
Both.
Aborigines could do it.
Yeah.
They live in Australia, right?
Yeah.
They could go across and find them. Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to build homes because you'd have millions just lying around empty.
Yeah.
True.
You know what? Let's do it.
Let's
Let's start a campaign saying help the Aborigines.
I thought
Nuke us, help the Aborigines.
so, someone tweet Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, say, just start it, man. Stop being a pussy.
Oh, God. I feel like this is foreshadowing.
Manchester-based podcast manages to start the end of days.
But even if, let's say, there was this nuclear holocaust, we'd probably have a similar situation to, as James mentioned before, the asteroid hitting the Earth. So everything would die off. Most things would die off, like ourselves. But then little things like cockroaches would be able to survive. And who knows, they might evolve. I know there's a theory that if we all died off in this nuclear holocaust situation, that rats, like with the small mammals that existed with the dinosaurs dying off, they would become the overlords because they would eat. Yeah, they would eat all the dead carcasses.
King rats.
King rats.
Rat people.
And then they said that the radiation would promote evolution, which I don't know if that makes sense. It'd probably just promote cancer in rats, but they would evolve quicker. It would be rapid evolution, and eventually, maybe a million years down the line, they would be excavating our dead bodies and going, look at these retards who killed themselves.
I reckon maybe one rat learns kung fu and then befriends and adopts 4 little turtles.
And then trains them.
And then eats them.
That's the twist.
What a plot twist.
Yeah. What would happen to lizard people? I'm really concerned about them now.
Do you reckon there's going to be a great war between the rat people and the lizard
people? Well, I just feel really bad for them because they feel like they have to hide. I'd befriend a lizard person. Hey man, it's crack. You know?
Wait until you see his face though. And you're like, oh.
Have you seen the Queen's face?
Oh no. Oh god! I hope she doesn't listen to this.
I've heard she's a big fan. So
I have.
Lost another listener. And people, we have this weird fascination of like animals overtaking us and like overrunning the world, like Planet of the Apes. Yeah, like Planet of the Apes. Like in TV,
you're right,
and like it seems quite a weird.
Yeah, and I mean, it's. I guess it's based on the fact that we kill animals now for our purposes, and it's nice to see that. Maybe they could fight back in some way. Yeah. And we also do the same thing with aliens. We always think that aliens are going to come here and kill us. I think it's just fascination of thinking that other things could wipe us out.
And I guess it's not interesting to make a film about some apes that we befriend. And
or apes that we put in zoos and then just keep them there. That'd be a bit of shit film.
Ape in a zoo.
But talking about Planet of the Apes, right? Okay, so... This is going back a bit, and I don't want to upset you guys, but do you remember Harambe?
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, guys. But you remember how Harambe, obviously, it was a horrible situation. Kid falls into his enclosure, and then they unfortunately have to shoot Harambe. Okay? Uproar. Everyone's really upset about it. Harambe shouldn't have had to die. I agree, right? Don't get me wrong, I agree.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I might regret what I'm about to say now. Yeah. I agree. But right, let's say that the Planet of the Apes things is real, okay?
Yeah.
And Harambe might have been the ape that goes on to become this intelligent animal that wants to kill all humans.
He might have been Caesar.
Okay. He's got all reason to. His parents were killed by humans. He's been put in a cage since he was a little kid. If I was him, I would want to kill all humans. Yeah. So let's say he does that, and then we actually kill Harambe before he becomes this thing that kills all the humans. Wouldn't you then be like, oh, it's a good thing that Harambe died?
Have you just managed to turn the would you kill Hitler when he was a child?
Exactly. That's exactly what I have done.
Oh, God.
I
can't deal with this pressure.
If Hitler was a baby and he died, you'd be like, oh, no, it's a baby and it's died. But when Hitler's an adult, you're like, yeah, fuck Hitler. So maybe Harambe dying at his age was like, oh no, it's Harambe dying. But then 20 years down the line, we're actually like, yeah, fuck you, Harambe.
In an alternate universe, we kill Harambe and he's now our overlord.
Exactly, Harambe. And Harambe's in like a trench and he takes a pill and commits suicide.
Oh,
that's what happens to Harambe.
I can't take this. It's too much pressure.
Do you think that is just a coincidence that Harambe and Hitler sound the same?
Oh no!
And both incredible artists as well. If only that had come by their first passion.
Yeah, both of them failed art school, and they both hated the Jews as well.
He was also a massive racist.
It was all a cover-up. If you go into Harambe's cave, there's swastikas everywhere.
Imagine this: you're on the International Space Station.
Yeah.
And you're looking out of the window. It's a beautiful morning in space. Oh, God. And an asteroid flies straight past you into the Earth, blows everything up. Life on Earth has ended. You have no more responsibilities. You don't have to pay your council tax anymore.
Yeah.
You got no laundry left.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Your wife that you were cheating on with Brenda from work doesn't know about it, and now she's dead.
Fuck you, Brenda.
You said she was going to find out, Brenda, but now you're dead too.
Oh, God. So everything is gone.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Well, I've got 2 questions here.
Okay.
Well, I'm confused about. Either I've got incredibly intelligent, or NASA's program has gone very downhill.
Constantly, they let you go to the International Space Station.
They're still sending chimps into space. Sorry, James.
Burn.
Don't worry.
Harambe was the top of their list, and they went, "Oh, well, we're just gonna have to send James then instead."
He's big and hairy, right? It's the same thing. I'm pretty sure he throws his shit at walls as well.
Amazing.
We're doing him a favour, really.
Okay, so we've seen this asteroid hit.
But
the
no,
Earth.
seriously, NASA hit me up. So what would, I don't know, I guess. So there's no life left. on
Nothing. No people.
Earth. Straight away, repopulate the Earth.
What?
Wow.
So you're gonna fly down to the Earth and just jack off onto the surface?
It's not some kind of bird, Ricky. It's an astronaut. He's not going to fly. He'll open up the airlock and he'll jack off into space.
Oh, no.
And hope that lands on the Earth and repopulates.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
you don't want to
God.
land on the moon.
I
That'd be
imagine
awkward.
a planet just filled with Jameses.
Just little caterpillars with James's face on them.
Okay, I don't appreciate all this James hate right now.
Just
And also-
lizard men with beards.
Also, how disappointed would you be if you were just doing it into space and it just went off and just veered off into the sun?
Oh my God.
Or just blow it back up into your face.
Oh no. Get away from me.
Just my face.
And then it turns out there's another person at the space station. That's the 4th time this week he's done that.
Just in case.
Oh God.
Fuck you, Brenda. How did you get up here?
All right. So that's what you do if the Earth ends, God.
Yeah.
Let's
If I
let's
was-
hope that never happens.
If I was in space.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
can we please make a sitcom called James and Harambe on this International Space Station?
Oh my God.
Just 2 guys chilling, eating bananas, jacking off into space.
Harambe, it's ground control. Can you please come in, Harambe? What is James up to, Harambe? I need to repopulate the Earth.
Or I start speaking. Can you put someone with more intelligence on, please? I want you, Harambe. Put someone higher up on.
Oh.
James and Harambe, starring Matt Damon.
As the spacecraft.
Oh my God.
Alright, so say you've got to imagine if you're on space.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're on Earth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got 1 day left. What would you do?
Yeah.
there?
So the news have told you you've got an asteroid's about to hit the Earth and you've got 24 hours left.
And then after that, watch out because some guys can be jacking off.
Yeah, watch out for this flying jizz that's coming at you 100 miles per hour.
That's why there's 1 day left on Earth.
But jokes aside,
Yeah.
do you think you'd kill someone?
What?
No.
No. Would you?
No, me neither.
Just Ricky on a rampage.
Ricky and Harambe on a rampage, starring Matt Damon.
But which one does he play?
Both.
Both.
But no, what would you actually do, guys? If you had 24 hours left, I guess you'd probably just spend time with family, wouldn't you? Really?
Whoa. Doesn't your mum listen to this podcast, James?
She actually does as well.
I hope she doesn't after their past 10 minutes.
That's
talking
true,
about
yeah.
jizz.
Talking about jizz for about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Mum.
If you're still listening, God knows why.
But what would you do, Chris? Like, as I said, I'd probably go see my family.
Yeah, same. I think that's the kind of standard thing to do.
Would you not do anything that was on your bucket list? If you have a bucket list?
I mean,
Do you
I
have a
guess
bucket list?
like I could go to China or something, you know.
But you haven't got a day. Yeah, but
Yeah,
because
no.
pilots are still
I'll
going to be
get a
flying
few hours.
planes. They'll be like,
I'll
I
be a
gotta
bit
do my
jet-lagged
job.
as well, but you know, it'll be worth it. See some Chinese people.
That's why. Yeah, I'd go to Egypt to see some Egyptian people.
You don't have to go all the way to China to see Chinese
These people, yeah.
Really?
Just go to Chinatown.
Yeah.
Ah,
I went to Chinatown once in Manchester.
yeah.
Because I was like, I really want to try out some local cuisine. Not local cuisine. Like, you know, something different.
Yeah.
Because I saw they had like ducks hanging in the window and stuff like that. And I went there. And I read the menu and I got intimidated and went to Pizza Hut instead.
You got some local Italian pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some local Italian cuisine at Pizza Hut. We've been joking about asteroids hitting the Earth.
Yeah.
But there's good things that come from them. So, for instance, there's a theory that all life came to Earth through an asteroid. And all the carbon that came to Earth came from asteroids. But in terms of the life, basically Mars had water on it 500 million years before the Earth did.
Yeah.
So it had a lot more time for life to develop. And there's things on Earth called extremophiles, which are bacteria that can live in crazy environments. And evolution dictates that you wouldn't need to live in those environments unless you had to adapt to them. But if you could live in an easier environment, you wouldn't adapt to live in a harsh environment.
Yeah.
So the thought is that they were formed on Mars where the environment is very extreme. And then they were hit by an asteroid, delivered all the way to Earth because they could survive in space as extremophiles, landed on Earth, and then populated the Earth.
Wow.
So it's thought that things came from extremophiles rather than the other way around, things
So
developing to extremophiles.
Does that mean we're all Martians?
I guess at the end of the day, if that theory's true,
Yeah.
then yeah. But the only problem is, where did the life that was on Mars come from?
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Is there any way to prove this? For example, if they found these extremophiles on Mars living there now?
Yeah. Well, in 2020, we're sending a rover there, the ExoMars rover, to look for life. And part of that is to see whether that life is similar genetically to the life we have here. And if it is, then you kind of got a question. Did they come from the same thing?
I got a theory for you.
Okay, go on.
Centuries ago,
Yeah.
billions of years ago.
Centuries ago, billions of years ago.
I'm clever. All right? There's a reason why me and Haram be hanging out together.
All right, go on.
Billions of years ago, there's these spacemen. One of them goes to Mars. Jacks Tricks, yeah.
And what's this theory called?
It's called The Martian. I don't know if you've seen it. It's starring Matt Damon.
He jacks off into a potato.
Ah.
It's a very different film than the kid.
Yeah.
And that's why all the
Does he
Irish
draw a
people-
smiley face on it and calls it Wilson?
Yeah. He's Wilson. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He definitely had sex with Wilson.
Did you think?
Not Matt Damon. I mean,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks in the cast.
Did he saw a little
He will
arm?
have banged Wilson.
Do you think?
I would have banged Wilson. I would bang Wilson right now.
I mean, it was his own blood on the ball there. That's even more like...
Yeah, but he's not going to get AIDS from it then, is
Well,
it?
no, I just mean, yeah, it's just
Is that what
fucking
you're doing?
himself, isn't it?
I got a question. So say it's your
Okay.
last day on Earth.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of Thailand.
Yeah.
And there's no one around apart from ladyboy prostitutes.
Yeah.
Would you bang one?
Yeah.
Why can't it just be a nice, normal question? Like, you're in the middle of Thailand and there's some Thai cuisine. Would you eat it? Why can't it be like a normal, nice question?
You're fucking racist.
Yeah, James. God.
Yeah. Well, would it have changed it if it was a white lady boy, James? Is that what you prefer? But you know, we're saying about if an asteroid did hit the Earth, there's actually a story about a meteorite that hit in, I think it was 1920s.
Yeah.
And it hit a guy's dog.
Oh no! Whoa, right. You didn't prepare me for that.
That
Why
emotionally.
we're laughing?
Sorry, I kind of just came into it. I do
How,
apologize.
like actually hit it.
Well, the farmer says it hit his dog.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more like the farmer forgotten to feed it over the weekend or something.
Oh, that's just getting darker. I don't like it.
Well, and then his kids came home. They're like, "Dad, where's the dog?" And he's like, "Oh, meteorite." Yeah.
Then he just had to go. It's even worse. That means he had to go out and find a big rock.
Yeah,
and then
crush the dog's head. The way James just signified crushing head, it was as though he just planted a large rock on the dog's head and just left it there.
It was already dead because he like not fed it. So what he had to do?
Oh, you know what? I hope a
think that's
meteorite
enough.
hits this guy. in
Well,
the
if
face.
it was the 1920s, I think he's dead. Chris.
Yeah.
You know what the really weird thing was, though? Is
What?
they said that the meteorite was like a white, sticky substance.
Oh.
And it had the same DNA as James.
I love how we're linking everything now back to Jizz. And now it's time for our frequently asked questions. Okay, so okay, this one comes in from Macaulay. Oh my God, Macaulay Culkin.
Culkin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. He says, Hey guys, love the podcast, showing it to all my friends. Thanks for the mention of the Pizza Underground. You guys are cool.
You're
you're
cool too, man.
That's really
He's
nice.
been looking a lot better recently.
And his question is, if you were the supreme leader of a post-apocalyptic society, what would your policy be and why?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Very good question. I think about it quite often.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, there's no. I think that if this has happened somehow, either I've got better at my people skills, or this society have very low standards.
Neither of the above. You were just lucky.
Just around at the right time.
Well, if it was my society, there'd be no girls allowed because they're icky. And we'd all die.
Mine would be only short people would be allowed, because then I could feel like.
Dude, you're like 6'7".
I know.
Yeah, but I don't want a society of tall people. 'Cause
Wait,
they might rebel
I thought you were
against
scared
me.
of midgets.
Yeah,
True.
I'm not-
Like an elephant, you're scared of rats.
Yeah.
I'm not, all right, I don't know what's worse, the fact that you just said I was scared of midgets. Not true, or the fact you just likened midgets to rats.
Sorry, dwarves. I like
Thank you.
rats.
The correct
There we go,
terminology.
sorry.
Well, no, because you don't want to be. I don't want to be like a leader of tall people because they can rebel against me, whereas
Yeah.
the little people.
I think we slightly got on a tangent here to the
Yeah.
No,
question.
that would be my policy.
I'm sure
Only
this is
tall
the-
people.
So what, you'd kill off everyone who
All
was
the
tall?
Yeah, over the height
See,
of
me
like
and
5'5".
James were alive. Not
Yeah.
me and James, me and Chris, sorry.
That's all right.
Were alive. You would kill us though.
No, you would be in the cage and we'd all pout apples at you.
That's what you do
Ah.
now. So I want to know what would be different
Yeah.
between now and your society. Do you think you'd become like hunter-gatherers and stuff like that? I guess, well, no, even initially you
Well,
wouldn't.
no, 'cause
'cause
if you could live off like tinned food and stuff.
yeah, and if you had solar panels on your house.
I mean, that's the amount of hunter and gathering I do nowadays. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm finding tins
Go
of
to
food.
Waitrose and check out the food aisle.
Do you actually have any policies, Chris?
Well, my policies would all revolve around a for the many, not the few
Okay.
society. I really want to build a society that.
I've never heard that before.
No.
No.
Did you
it's-
come up with that yourself?
I was just in the shower yesterday,
Yeah.
and it
Were you
just came to
putting
me.
on a bit of shower gel and going for the many?
No, I was just in there. It wasn't on.
you weren't
That's where I
cleaning.
go to think.
Chris, are you all right? Yeah, I'm just in the shower.
Just thinking.
That's fine.
For the many,
he's-
and not the few, but no Chinese. Oh, God. And let's end that there before it gets any worse. And we can all agree there's definitely a potential for that to happen. So now we're going to move over to our final section, which is a fact from our sponsor, Wikipedia. Over to you, Ricky.
Yeah, thanks again, Wikipedia, for providing us with sponsorship to do this.
Cheers, guys.
Please, everyone, check them out at wikipedia.com/org/uk.ac.gov.
I think that's it.
That's the one. It's nice and snappy. That's what I like about
They
it.
are also on Twitter, if you can't remember that.
Yeah, please hit them up on Twitter as well. And they bring us this fact for today. More people are killed every year from meteorite impacts than from shark attacks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I learn something new every week.
I hope the listeners learn something new as well. If you learn anything, it's the Wikipedia fact. So yeah, thanks everyone for listening, and thank you again, Wikipedia.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Please, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. It means you get everything as soon as it comes out, and that's all you really
It means
need.
a lot to us as well
It
if you
does.
subscribe. It
Absolutely.
really helps us out. Also, hit us up on Facebook. It's just live at 45. Sorry, live from 45. Should get it right.
Oof, I thought you were going to another podcast there, and I was like, who is this?
Yeah, and I guess all we have left to say is goodbye then. So goodbye, everybody.
No, we're not doing this.
Got good in your hoo hoo. Thanks for listening. Goodbye from me, Ricky.
Yeah, goodbye from me, James.
And goodbye from me, Chris. Adios.
Motherfucker. 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 Motherfucker.